So we finished the repair. We think it's going to be good. Motors are spinning. So let's see what happens. If you get to the point where you're going to need new balls, so I don't have enough balls. This game requires 84 balls. And it does not use the normal pinball sized ball. This is the normal pinball, and these ones are smaller. As you can see, it's substantially smaller. This is a 5/8 inch ball, or at least that's what it said in the manual. It requires 84 of them. If you go to one of the pinball places to buy these balls, they're going to charge you $1.50 per ball. That's a lot of money in balls. Lots of money in balls. Now, they may not be the biggest balls of them all, but you do have a lot of balls. We need 84 of them. So I would suggest going to some place like Amazon and looking for 5/8 inch precision chrome steel bearing balls. And that's what we're going to put in here. I have some of the original ones. I probably have like 25 to 30 of them. And they're not in bad shape, but we'll just go ahead and put all new ones in. That's typically what I do anytime I go through and fix a machine, put all new rubbers on, clean it and whatnot. I usually go take the time to put in new balls. It's cheap, it's easy, and we're going to get less wear that way. These things are going to be rocketing out of here. So, it is what it is. But at least we have some extras, right? No big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open it, and I'll compare the sizes. Maybe perhaps I'll get out my digital calipers and we'll check that way as well. But then we're going to dump them in. So we've got our calipers out. This is the original one. I haven't opened that new package yet. And let's see, we're in inches. And we come in at 0.62. 0.625 is 5/8, so that's good. For my metric friends, that says that it's about 15.8 millimeters for this ball. And for reference, let's see if I can get the regular pinball out. Here's an original pinball. As far as our diameter goes, about 27 millimeters for my metric fins, and about just over an inch, 0.0625, so 1 1/8 inches for regular pinball. So a bit different there. Let's go ahead and we'll open up this package and just verify our size. And I think this package off of Amazon was like $25 to $35. I pulled out a shiny new ball. Go ahead and we'll measure this one. Just to make sure. Yep, and we are good. 0.62, 0.625, 5/8. We're good. We're going to go ahead and dump a bunch of them in now. And maybe it'll work. Otherwise, I got to fish out a lot of balls. We'll see here. I need to save 16 of them. Sure. We'll start there with a bunch because the game's not on and they're all. There we go. Oh, they're all greasy. I should have known. I'm not a smart man. Everything's going to get covered in grease. I'm going to have to clean them. It's too late. It's too late. You guys can't see this, but I have trails from the balls. Let me show you. Maybe we can see it. The balls have left trails. See that? On the playfield? All the trails from the balls. They're all slimy. I'm supposed to wipe them off. We'll do it. Live and learn. Through me. You're welcome. So we have some light bulbs out, not that big a deal. We'll take care of that. But let's go ahead and start a game and see what happens. I cleaned the balls, but I'm still getting some light oil marks across the play field. I did wax it beforehand. I mean, it's plexi, so that's good, but we'll clean it again after we fire a bunch of balls through. And we'll see what happens. So I got a couple of those light bulbs. So 2 up the top. Let's see any more. A couple on the right. 1 on the left, that spaceship. Very cool. Let's see what happens here. All right. I don't want those tanks to get all the way down to me, I guess. I lost the ball off the playfield because the glass isn't there. Yeah. All right, 110,000 was my score. I don't know what that 1, 2, 3 is, but yeah, that's cool. My boys are gonna love this. I gotta find the ball that flew out. Did you guys catch that? It's like boink right out. But yeah, that's the idea of the Bally rapid fire here. It's a quick game, unless you're really good at it. So I see how this could have been a potential money maker wherever you are on location if you're trying to figure it out for the first time. And, make sure those tanks down at the bottom don't get to you. I didn't use my panic button or my laser cannon, which does things. What do they do? So more than 4 laser cannon shots available when flashing. Laser cannon fires from force field's lit position. Okay. It does a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to play it some more. Force field blocks oncoming attacks. The buttons on the hand controls. I didn't even use those. These buttons here. I could have lasted a lot longer. I'll have to try those. I wonder if those buttons even work. We'll see. Anyway, yeah, here's Bally's rapid fire. We got it working. Thanks, Troy, for the trade. I don't see any smoke at the moment. That transformer is doing the job. We've ran it a few times. Yeah. Maybe we should open the back glass and see what's in there. We're going to go ahead and lift up the back glass and remove it. The bottom display also lifts up to get removed. Behind the back glass is a panel where the lights go. It looks like there are spots for 2 or 3 bulbs. 1 and 2 on the side looks like vertically mounted. It looks like there should have been one here, but I don't see any at the moment. Let's go ahead and look a little bit closer at what's in here. Here we've got the rapid fire sheet for our dip switch settings and our coin adjustments and whatever else. Self-tests, no dip switches. And then I guess this just lifts up. This is looking a little tired. All right. So here's the inside. So it looks like mine is running the Alltech, is it Alltech? Yes. Alltech Systems boards for the lamps. There's 2 of them. So mine will be different than yours. We have another board from Alltech. Geez, another Alltech board. What if that's like the computer board? It does have dip switch settings on it. I guess that just selects the game, it looks like, for the Alltech Systems. We'll get a close look at that there. Just in case anybody needs to use this for the rapid fire. We got all our feature switches here. I have no idea what any of these do. I'll have to look that up. And our power driver board here. Now, when I was working on this originally at Troy's house, we thought that somebody had hacked in this heatsink here. Well, no, that heatsink is supposed to be there, or there should at least be a heatsink there, because that transistor is used for the one and only solenoid on this game, which is the turret gun, right? That turret gun has a solenoid on it, and that needs a nice big heatsink on it. Now, from what I recall, since there's no other solenoids here, or flasher lamps or anything, should you need another transistor because you burned that one up, I think you can just take another one of these because they're not being used. At least that's my theory behind it. I'm probably wrong, but you know, that's good to know if you are short, because the weight of this here will, you know, eventually wear on it over time. We did replace it when we were at Troy's for our arcade summer camp because one of the legs had been broken. If you touched it, you could, you know, that would get it to fire. So that was part of the issue. So it does heat up significantly, and there's some weight on it, so it may wear again over time. But yes, this is the driver board, and then there are some cables that go down there, and there are 2 bolts for the head, and this head does not have a hinge on it. I could have sworn in the manual it said it does. It does not. At least this one does not. So if anybody's trying to move this thing, the head does come off, and you can just tuck all the wires in there, but there's no hinge, so just keep that in mind. You have to treat this like it's an old pinball machine where there's no hinge, and you just lay the head down and strap it all, or take it off completely if you're moving it in a smaller vehicle, although some people just leave it upright. Now, the head bolts off from the top from here, so this portion does stay attached. There are some more boards behind this glass should you need to access them. We put the back glass on for the top of the head. Let's go ahead and see if we can remove this one. All right, so that just lifts up and down. Looks like it's gonna be a pain to get in and out. And there are the displays with some lights. And I think to remove that panel, there's a couple screws there. So I figured I'd show that to you so you can see it. I'm not gonna take those screws out right now to remove that panel, but you get the idea. And maybe we'll go into it if something else doesn't work. Oh, yes. I think this is going to be a pain. Yeah. Okay. Sure. It goes in like that. I'm going to fuss with this off camera because nobody wants to watch me struggle. Just in case you were wondering, I did get it back in. You tip it in, and then you have to, with your finger, kind of push the whole thing forward. Otherwise, it ends up leaning too far back. It is what it is. All right. There you go. There's the Bally Rapid Fire. It's mostly working, so that's good. And, oh, look. From when we were playing it, there's a ball right there in the corner. It flew up. So, yeah, definitely keep the glass on for this game. You'll have balls flying everywhere. And, yes, thanks for watching. Any questions? I'm sure I will have some that I don't have answers to, but this is a neat game. I hope I'll let you guys know how the two children like it. I'm assuming they'll have a blast with it because it'll be like they're firing a gun, and that's, I guess, fun. All right. Thanks again for watching, and have fun out there. Oh, and one last thing. Troy, thanks for not burning down my house. We got it fixed. We'll make this trade. We made this trade work. Hopefully your swimmer is still working. The power supply died right before I dropped it off. Go figure.